Hello, my friends. You may have seen this dump and swirl pour I did the other day. I've not yet varnished it, and when I do, the metallics will come to light, but I thought I'd add some realistic looking pearls to give it a little more interest, and I thought you might enjoy watching. So I've already completed, I think, these two. Might add another step to it, but I started this one, and I thought I'd start one from scratch for you. So I'll explain my palette and then I will zoom in closer as I paint. I've just got white, black, blue, a couple of reds, orange, and yellow. I'm using Grumbacher paints, but any paints will do. I just happen to like them for embellishments. I'm using a round brush, a good quality round brush. This is a number 4 by Global. Let me go like this so you can see exactly what it is. I really like their brushes. And yeah, time to zoom in. There, now you can see the two I'm going to be working on and then a new one right there. But you won't be able to see my palette, but well, maybe I'll bring it over to you and show you. The first thing I'm going to do is mix up a light gray. So take some of this white and just a touch of black. Oh, more, I'm kind of running. Whoop, that's a lot. That's too dark. More white. I'm just going to brush mix a gray. Now these pearls are kind of white pearls, but they reflect all sorts of colors. And that's what will give you the luminosity, if you will, and the depth to them. So let's see. Let me make this one into a nice round, a big pearl. So I'm going to start with a round shape. Now, pearls aren't always perfectly round, but I'm going to make these as round as I can. And just put down a base coat. Okay. Then I'm not going to clean my brush. I'll tell you when I do. I'm just going into the white. And I'm going to kind of start dabbing in where my highlight's going to go. Now, it's not the same kind of highlight as a water drop or glass because it doesn't have hard edges. So I've wiped the excess off my brush, and now I'm going to just kind of tap it in, tap around there to soften the edges. It's similar to painting a water drop, except that we're going to add a lot more colors. So that's just to give you an indication of where my highlights are going to go. Now, let's see. You can go into any combination you want. I think I'll mix a little red and blue. I'll take this red maybe, and a little blue. You don't need much paint at all. In fact, I'm going to wipe off that excess. And I'm going to kind of dab in where my shadow on this little pearl is going to be. And maybe I'll go into the red alone. Again, I didn't clean my brush, so it's red, but it's got some of the lavender in there. And I'm just very gently laying in color. Maybe a little bit of orange. How about a little yellow? All right, we'll let that dry while we move on to this one. Now, this one I've already done those same steps, and now it's thoroughly dry. So I'm going to take my white, I'm going to go into the white and go over here and add some water and make it very, very watery. So it's a thin, thin white. Because white is opaque, I don't want to cover up everything I've done, but I do want to give it a nice wash of color. Am I still in the camera? Yes. So I'm going to go over this. That may have been a little too much paint. I'm going to dry off my brush and kind of, now I didn't wash it in the water, but I just wiped off the excess. I'm going to kind of go over it again and pick up some of that white. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, let's do the same for this one. So just the tiniest bit of a white wash over my initial color. I put probably 5 layers on these two, or this one anyway. Maybe I'll do another one there. This one's looking pretty blue. I do want white pearls, but with a lot of color in there. So again, applying the white wash over. But if you lost your color, you can always go back in and add it back. Okay, let's add some more color to this one. I'm doing some of the red and blue together. Let's go up here and add a little bit of blue in there. Since there's a lot of blue here, a lot of the reflections would be blue. And I'm taking artistic license by adding those other colors. Let's go into the white wash. You see how that initial white highlight I put in is still kind of there. That's good. I think I should leave that one alone. It's looking pretty good to me. And that one's not bad. Okay, this one needs some help. Make them all a little different. This one is resting on top of these other ones, so let's put a little shadow under there. These other ones are just floating, so there's on a dark background, so you can't really see. I'm going to take black, and I'm going to add a little shadow. Now, I can neaten up the edges with this. And it should give the illusion that it's on top of these other things by adding that shadow. These other forms, although, you know, of course, this whole thing is just abstract. But I hope you can see how that did. And I'm going to neaten up the edge on this one. It's a little sloppy. This isn't solid black, though. This was leftovers from all these colors mixed together, so it's kind of a an aggregate of all those colors, kind of a dark gray with some sparkle to it, which will be very pretty when it's varnished. These canvases have a lot of texture, so it's hard to get a really sharp edge. But that's better, I think. So I could actually do black all around all of these because, as I said, this isn't solid black, so might as well do that. Just make your shadows on the same side as if the light was coming from here. So my highlight will be on this upper side, opposite the shadow I'm now applying. Okay, I don't know if that helped or not. Okay, let's see. Let's put another whitewash on there. I hope you can still see the colors underneath there. It's not just a white dot. Hopefully here you'll be able to see a little better. Kind of losing my color. I'm going to add a little more color there. It's a fine balance between the white and the reflected colors. Well, that's looking pretty good, I think. That's a flaw in that one. Okay. We're almost done, my friends. I'm about to add the fun white highlight. This needs some work. So it's a kind of back and forth between adding color, adding a wash of white, adding color, wash of white, and I'm not ready to, these are just not ready. They're not to this stage yet, so I've got to add more wash, and I'm probably not letting it dry well enough in between. I'm rushing it. You can use a hair dryer, or you can just exercise some patience, neither of which I'm doing. Kind of blot it to get off the excess. Okay, well, of all of them, I think this one is probably the closest to being ready for, what's that? It wasn't dry there, dug into the paint. All right, well, now I'm going to go into the solid white, and we're going to reestablish these highlights that I started with. And they're going to bring this thing to life. Just going to dribble in some reflective lights on the other side there. This one needs a lot of work. I don't know. Do those look like pearls? I'm not even sure now. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I had another one I was going to do down here. Maybe this one should be one as well. So you can see you don't have to do anything complicated to add to your pour to make it perhaps a little more interesting. I think I would call this piece Pearl Dive. tap in those highlights, soften them. Okay, my friends, I think I'll stop there. This one's not done yet. But I think you can see what I was driving at. Pretty simple. And I think it made this piece a little more fun. Give it a try. Let me know how it goes. And I'll see you next time. Okay, well, I need to add a little PS because I continue to work on it. As you can see, I added a lot more pearls throughout to give balance to the piece, and I did add many more layers onto all of them, including the ones I said were done, until I really felt they were fine. It took several hours actually to paint this, but it was relaxing. I was watching TV while I did it, and I think it's a really fun piece now. I'll be putting a gloss varnish on it after it cures, and I think it will be quite a fun piece. So, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you'll give it a try. Just be patient with yourselves, and it's all about the layers. Thanks for watching, my friends, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.